How's it going, YouTube? This is Skull, and welcome to my list of the top 10 best Dark-type Pokemon. First of all, if you like this video in any way, make sure to show your appreciation by saying Dark Pokemon in the comments section. Also, the suggestion for today's top 10 best Dark-type Pokemon came from Tim Tom Smash. Be sure to let me know which type you want me to cover in my next video. You could be responsible for making it happen. Let's go over some rules for what qualifies on this list. The first rule is that these are only pure Dark-type Pokemon. No dual types allowed, like Weavile, and no Pokemon are allowed that can change their type to Dark or can change their type away from Dark, like Arceus. The best Dark-type Pokemon have to be those that are strong enough to hold their own in a Pokemon battle, while also being able to support their allies during a competitive double battle. With those rules out of the way, let's go ahead and look at the best Dark-type Pokemon. Number 10 is Poochyena. The first Pokemon you encounter during your journey in Hoenn is always this sucker. And as many a shiny hunter knows, this is the most common failed shiny Pokemon as well.
Oh. A shiny? A shiny? Are you kidding me? Really? What?
Number 9, Purloin. A Dark-type cat Pokemon can only mean sinister things are afoot. Purloin are often sneaky and manipulative, and usually get exactly what they want. While it has the lowest attack stat of all Dark-type Pokemon, it still finds uses in other areas. In the anime, it is shown to take advantage of several other Pokemon and even some humans, even going to great lengths for something as simple as obtaining a berry. It may not look like much, but whenever you see a Purloin, you might want to double check your step. It's a sneaky one. Number 8, Zorua. Don't let this adorable fox fool you. It's a cunning, manipulative little thing. It can even manipulate its own appearance to look like another Pokemon. And as the TV show has shown us, it can even appear as a human if it so chooses. Zorua may not be the most competitive Pokemon out there, but it still holds its own in battle. Imagine the terror that goes through its enemies' minds when they see a Mewtwo or a Rayquaza hit the battlefield, never suspecting that it's really just a small fox Pokemon in disguise. Zorua is definitely not one to be underestimated. Number 7, Absol. Absol gets a bad rap. Numerous Pokédex entries state how it always shows up right before disaster strikes. In the Pokemon games, it's usually found in places where villainous teams are not far behind. But on the bright side, that usually means that having an Absol on your team means certain doom for your opponents. In Unova, Absol appears on Route 13. It's also the final Pokemon to be featured on the Pokemon Trainer's Choice cards that 4Kids used to do. Absol seems to be a very unlucky Pokemon indeed, but maybe that's why it's so loved by so many people. I would be happy to have an Absol on my team anytime because I know, as long as it's with me, I am well protected. And our number 6 spot is Liepard. This Pokemon looks almost too graceful to be a Dark-type Pokemon, but like its pre-evolved form, Liepard is a conniving, manipulative feline. Its most useful moves, including Knock Off and Sucker Punch, are the best examples of Dark-type moves out there. Crafty and subtle, Liepard can deal some serious damage, or if it's feeling especially pesky, it will just encore you into using the same move over and over and over again. Give it some black glasses to boost those Dark-type moves even more. Yep, despite its beauty, Liepard is still a Dark-type Pokemon. Not the best, by far not the best, but still worth mentioning. Number 5 on this list is Mightyena. There is just one word that best fits this Pokemon: crunch. A crunch from a Mightyena hits hard. Just look at it. This Pokemon has crunch written all over its face. And where crunch fails, just use a Play Rough or Iron Tail to hit everything else. Mightyena just can't be stopped. Well, for more than one turn anyway. Mightyena's defenses aren't that good, so it has trouble lasting for more than 1 or 2 turns. But during those 1 or 2 turns, Mightyena is able to deal some serious damage. Don't expect it to last long, but definitely expect it to hit hard, right where it hurts. Number 4, Umbreon. The very first pure Dark type to ever exist, and the favorite evolution of many Pokemon trainers. Umbreon is the embodiment of the night, mysterious yet serene, ominous yet safe. Umbreon is mostly a support Pokemon, but its wishes and heal bells are quite the opposite of what one would expect from a Dark type. When you think Dark, you think sinister and destructive. Umbreon, though, is the Pokemon to have on your team to make sure you last as long as possible. On its own, though, Umbreon isn't that strong of an attacker. Its foul play can deal a bit of damage, but otherwise it is mostly only useful for support. However, there is no better Dark-type Pokemon to call on for support than this creature of the night. Number 3 is Zoroark. The illusion Pokemon has been popular ever since it was first introduced to the Pokemon world. It's a tricky Pokemon, literally. Its ability allows for it to gain the appearance of any Pokemon you want while still retaining its original typing and moveset. Using Zoroark in battle can take some getting used to, but it's still a whole lot of fun. Send it out looking like a random poison-type Pokemon and your opponent will be caught off guard when Psychic doesn't affect it. Number 2, Mega Absol. We have to bend the rules here because if we counted Mega Absol as just an extension of Absol, we wouldn't have enough pure Dark-type Pokemon in existence to do a top 10. Hopefully Pokemon fixes that with Sun and Moon, but until then, let's look at this magnificent beast of a Dark-type Pokemon. Absol gains the usual stat boosts all around the board when it Mega Evolves, but it also grows a pair of wings. When you hear about Dark Pokemon, you usually don't think about Angels, and yet here is one of the most powerful Dark types in existence, and that's exactly what it is, an Angel. But the number 1 best Dark-type Pokemon in existence is the only pure Dark-type Pokemon that we have yet to examine, and of course, that is Darkrai. The only legendary Pokemon on this list, Darkrai is the best example of what a Dark-type Pokemon should be. Even mentioning Darkrai sends shivers down people's spines. Darkrai puts people and Pokemon to sleep, and then gives them constant nightmares. Its Dark Void attack is so powerful, it hits all of your opponent's Pokemon, putting them to sleep and rendering them useless. Then, at the end of each turn, Darkrai's Nightmare ability drains those sleeping Pokemon's HP down little by little until there's nothing left of them. Darkrai can learn an assortment of moves as well, which place it in the perfect position to combat just about any threat. Darkrai is so powerful, it's completely banned from all official Pokemon tournaments. It's just too good. Without a doubt, Darkrai is the best Dark-type Pokemon in existence. But if you happen to disagree, tell me what you think is the best Dark-type Pokemon. Also, if you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for future top 10 best Pokemon types. That wraps it up for now. Thanks everyone for watching, and stay tuned for more.